Okay. So
what's the deal?
So, you start seated in a briefing room with about 20 other people. Most are Canadian Forces personnel, but there are some civilians. There's a large monitor on the front, and basically what I just said, General Thabot now, after 30 years, came up and kind of summarized what's happening. So, coming to the rifts, and basically, so she said the stuff I kind of just said, and she kind of caps it off with, so it's, we've been planning for this for 30 years. We had a couple of scenarios that we envisioned. The first alpha scenario was that, oh, okay. I just heard something crack.
I missed getting some of the blue things off this table.
The first scenario was that we'd end up back in the middle of a war zone, demons and monsters everywhere. That does not appear to be the case. So we're in a good position, but the third scenario, that there seems to be a vibrant human civilization all over, is also not the case.
Oh.
So we are now in executing Plan Baker. What that means is we're going to send out a squad of recon people to scout the immediate area. We're also having groups activate the existing defenses, power up any weapons equipment, get everything ready in case there is an attack. We're sending out groups of liaison officers to the other settlements and villages that have kind of sprung up on the island, just to get everybody back to the base in case something happens. So for now, the only people that are authorized to leave the island are the recon squadrons. We need to make sure that we get a feel for what's going on. We've obviously been gone for a long time, so nobody knows we're here. If there is danger out there, nobody knows how to find us. So we want to maintain that advantage as long as possible. But on the other side, we have been kind of living off recycled resources and solar power for the last 30 years. We're low on nuclear fuel. We're low on materials to create new weapons and armor. So we need to find resources to kind of maintain our defenses. A lot of our existing equipment we can't replace or rebuild. We're kind of running on repaired facilities. We also need allies. If there are human survivors, we need to find them and see what they're about, and ideally make some friends. We're kind of on our own out here right now. But we could also be the only humans left at all, so we need to not die. So you'll be getting briefings from your superiors now. Get to it, people.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So, yeah.
And
All right. So the screen flicks off, and Colonel Tyson Alexander, who is your commanding officer, and I guess Tim's and Laura's. What I don't remember your characters' names. Miranda.
And Gurn and Max.
Gurn and Max are the commanding officers. He's a middle-aged soldier with dark skin and short black hair, and he takes the stage. All right, people. So we are part of the recon force. We're going to send out 4 separate squads to patrol the immediate area around James Bay. We're going to be going in fast, so it's going to be Talons backed with jouster vehicles. You have something you'd like to add, Max?
It's Max.
Sorry, not Max.
Torque.
Torque. All right. As you may have noticed, there are civilians present. So,
Hi.
yes, thank you, Torque. We have limited actual military personnel, but we also are lacking certain specialties. For example, Torque, is very good with equipment, but also seems to have some sort of magical aptitude that we aren't not 100% sure with. But that seems like something that will be very valuable. So we're basically sending out squads of mixed personnel to explore the area. So your mission is to first be fast. You need to go and see what's there. You can look around and talk to people if you need to, but don't spend a lot of time. This is kind of a quick scouting area before we can figure out kind of what's going on. So let me bring up the map here.
How does pace translate to actual speed?
The higher your pace,
I mean,
faster.
in units.
I don't know.
No, it's correct.
I think it's actually like inches on the table in the
Yeah,
in the Savage system.
but the power armor doesn't have speed listed. It says a pace listed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, none of us
So-
have
But
speed.
the
we have
jet
pace.
bike has a speed and no pace.
Oh,
No, the
I see.
bike has a pace, doesn't it?
I didn't see one.
They both have a pace. Okay. The speed is. I also thought I gave a speed for. Okay, let me look it up. I'm gonna rewatch it. Anyway, the
Feeding your coke habit.
vehicle pace. Your pace is like. I think if you double it, that's how fast you go in miles per hour or something like that. Like you have to because it's inches. 1 inch is 2 yards.
No.
I don't know if you know how this imperial system works, but
2 yards is pretty big.
Pretty big for an inch, anyways.
or 1 yard. I don't know.
I can see 1 yard.
It's in there. Look at what pace
I'm trying to find it. It's probably in there. Pace 16 and 74. Movement. Oh, that's just another movement.
You know, 4 quarts is a gallon.
So how many inches?
In a quart?
Yeah.
3.
Pace. How fast your character. Humans walk 6 inches and around and move 1d6 a big run. Yeah, 6 inches represents 2 yards.
See? What did I tell you?
He said 6.
Or every inch.
Every inch is 2
Yeah.
yards.
Okay. Yeah, 2 yards per pace.
So the vehicles give you an acceleration and a top speed
Mhm.
setting. That's like the first and second number. So the acceleration is how many more units you can go faster per turn. And the top speed is the maximum speed for that. If you have a pace, then you can just go whatever speed you have. There's no acceleration.
I think I'm going to take spasms from my gun. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the meeting. I just.
Sorry.
And how long is a turn?
Very useful to know. 6 seconds.
Okay.
Well, yeah, around to 6 seconds because 10 makes it.
Spasms is like a
7.6.
cause temporary muscle contraction if cast with a raise. Target has to make a vigor roll and be a -2 parry. So it's not a huge deal, but I'll slide that in here somewhere.
Still pretty cool.
Hmm?
Still pretty cool.
Oh, I
Oh,
like
shit,
it.
that's super slow.
What?
The pace is 50, 27 kilometers an hour.
Well, so
How
Our
fast
pace
do you
is
wanna go?
25 for my jetpack power armor.
Yeah.
That seems real slow. That's like a bike.
And not like a motorbike,
Yeah.
like a foot bike.
Yeah.
It's a jetpack segue.
We'll see you later.
this is what it was warning me about when I put an image that said it was too big, and it was like it might cause instability, and it didn't. But now it's crashing all the time.
Uh-oh.
I guess there are other power.
I'm not confident in our abilities out there, sir. If your presentation software.
Yeah.
It's been, they haven't really been using it for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
It's probably a new version somewhere.
I love not
Yeah.
being part of the army.
That can be your quest. Don't worry
Yeah.
about anything else.
Find a new piece of software.
Yes. That's number one.
To do
Get
better
the better
PowerPoints.
presentation.
Hey, listen, give
So
me
I'm,
like
like-
2 minutes. I will build you a new whatever you want.
All right, I'm gonna off-road this because
I guess this flying
Would be a
pig
typical
just
government
goes
thing.
forward, fine.
So like there's a land speed conversion or something, but I'm pretty sure I did put an actual speed for the.
Maybe that's like controlled flight.
As opposed to uncontrolled flight.
Well, like just going flat out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like that's like combat
The
speeds.
jet bike speed also doesn't line up with the pace.
Yeah.
that it has. It's like different.
Have we been given our equipment yet?
Do we have to fill out a requisition form?
I already did.
That's thinking ahead.
As soon as I was told I was allowed to requisition things, I requisitioned everything. I don't even know what these things do, but I have a dosimeter. I don't know what it does. What was I
You
doing?
have smarts. You should know what it does.
I will figure out what it does, but the name is not very descriptive. It's best I can figure it doses things or gives me doses of things.
I think it measures doses.
I
No,
will be
it-
reading the book. Can I make a technocan roll to read the book?
You can.
I'll do that later.
But you should because you're way off base right now. Okay. Can't draw. Why can't I draw?
I don't remember what I was doing. Spasms, that's right.
Here's what's gonna happen. This is gonna be what's up.
Party. The phrase.
All right. So, as you know, this
Ooh.
is Akamitsuki Island.
Yes, I know that.
Hopefully,
It's the only island I've ever known.
enhance.
Peel Islands.
I don't know. I was born here, and when I was born, everything else was gone.
Why can't I draw now? This is the worst drawing program ever.
You're just drawing on like
You know, it'd be really weird if you did like a campaign where you're basing it in a real place and the NPCs are real people you looked up in the phone book, and like creep their Facebooks and like that'd be really weird, eh?
the NPCs.
The NPCs are real people that you just stalked.
You are going to
Sorry.
Justin Trudeau's house. A long time ago, he was Prime Minister of the country. He's been kept alive as a head in a jar.
All right. This is Akamitsuki, CFB Akamitsuki on Akamitsuki Island. Task Force Alpha Squad. That's you guys.
Yeah.
Woo, Alp's the best.
Alpha's the
Best
first.
Squad, best squad. Your mission is to depart the base, check out Atawapiskat Village, see if there's anything there,
Where are you from?
Yeah.
and
Oh.
then head down the coast through Fort Albany.
Really far.
You on jet bikes.
Google Maps says it takes
No.
20 days.
On jet bike.
Well, so you don't have a lot of time. That's a good point. Don't have a lot of time for detailed scouting, but check out, take advantage of the sensors built into your vehicles to check for life signs. Any stuff you kind of comes up on your sensors, check it out. But don't engage any, large forces if you happen to see them.
Large horses?
Large forces.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so you'll head down here towards Musani and back up.
So right to the tip of the wang. Let's go, people. We don't have a lot of time.
Are we voting back?
Yeah,
I
that's a
think we're
good
gonna
idea.
continue to
You'll
fly
be
back.
using your super awesome jet bikes.
I think
To go over water.
if we boat back, something has gone terribly wrong.
Yeah, keep that in your back pocket. But that's not planned.
You are the boating
I
special.
know, I was excited. I had a job.
It's good to bring the boat just in case.
We have a 2-person rowboat,
Canoe.
a boogie board, ready to boat.
Okay, Beta Squadron will be heading up and then back down the coast here. Then we have Delta Squadron.
Not Charlie Squadron.
It's not a real name. Charlie Squadron
I don't know what they do. Alpha Bravo.
goes. What did I? Yeah, Alpha, Bravo,
Charlie.
Delta.
Charlie,
Gamma.
Delta, Epsilon, Foxtrot, Gamma.
It's not really important.
Who's the
That's
general
what's-
here?
That's the kind of talk that keeps you at captain rank.
Sir, shouldn't Charlie be next? Shut up, Garen. We've had enough of you.
Well, I am a big mouth.
All right.
Oh
and-
wow, they're doing that?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy. It's gonna take them forever.
Well, they don't have a village to investigate.
I'm glad I'm in Alpha Squad.
Well, so points of interest.
It's a pretty butterfly
There
of investigation.
Yes.
used to be an airport up here and down here. There was a village here. There was a fort here. I don't remember what it's called. But and I think another little village here. So there, for you guys, Alpha Squad, you have Adawaptascad village here, Fort Albany, and Usani.
Yeah,
So
remember that?
that is the plan.
What's our backup plan?
Backup plan: if you get into too much trouble,
Something in the direct.
Retreat.
retreat. Try not to lure people directly back to the base, though. If you can, continue to retreat towards one of the other squadrons. Delta Squadron will be near the end of your journey, so you can kind of backtrack and catch up with them, or attempt to lose anybody in the wilderness and come back. Your jet bikes have about a 2,000 kilometer range, but you are using that up at about 10 times the speed in combat. So be aware if you get into any vehicle combat that
Oh,
you run out of battery
that's what
power.
that is.
Although yours are powered by magic. So it costs 1 power point per hour to use.
So
We
we
got
got,
a lot of
we
PowerPoints.
got 15 hours.
Well, you regenerate a power point per hour.
Oh,
Unless you
wonderful.
have fast recharge.
Oh, don't.
Sounds like something we should get.
Maybe someday. Can't all start out at seasoned.
Can we bring additional power with us? Batteries or anything?
They're just like-
I have 8 edges.
8 edges.
Yeah. Plus some
I
other shit.
I am a
You said
cube.
8
I have
inches,
8
and I was like,
edges.
I'm not sure why you're telling us
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
I rolled a 1. What's a
Who would
dosimeter?
It's for dosing.
This is a
Maybe
this
if you were a soldier, you would have been briefed on this.
this is a dosimeter. I use it to douse. I think we found water with it.
Yeah, that'll be very helpful.
I think by the end of the day, it's not going to be a dosimeter. It's going to be something pretty and fun.
Well, we'll see.
I
Certainly doesn't appear to be a dosimeter right now.
It's still wet, but what do you think?
I like it.
What do you color? Do you want me to color the gun like a
It's-
gray,
Yeah.
and the base maybe a gray too?
Sure.
Because it looks like you're standing on like stone or metal or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I'm being very careful, but like it's so hard because there's like so many little pieces. It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
They need tiny, tiny brushes.
This is the tiniest brush.
It is a single hair.
All right. Okay, that's the briefing. Is there any questions before you deploy?
you tell me what this dosimeter does?
A dosimeter checks for radiation.
Oh. Well, I was wrong there.
Give me your requisition.
You cannot have these back. I requisition them, they're mine.
That's not how it works.
I'm pretty sure that's how I think it works. Anything you give to me is now mine forever. Where's your dosimeter? I turned it into a fun friend, and then he blew up.
All right. Operation Midnight Raptor is go.
I love it. I was not expecting that.
I have a military code name generator. To use it to the fullest.
Is it the one that they use in XCOM 2 where you can have Operation Dark Stank or whatever it was?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It was something stank.
Oh, that's great.
All right, so the mission starts in 30 minutes. Head to the hangar to get your stuff, your vehicles ready, and you can also check in with the quartermaster to requisition any additional equipment and grab your standard gear.
I already did. It's on my character sheet. You can't take it away.
You assume you gave me everything I need.
Yeah, I'll give you. You have an assault laser rifle or the fire breather laser rifle that can shoot grenades and lasers.
Just looking up how good grenades are. I haven't checked that ever.
Did you actually give me the Raptor jetpack too?
Probably.
All right.
I mean, everybody else can fly. Well, I guess Tim can't fly either.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be a passenger for sure.
You could get a jetpack too if you want.
Why did you take all this mysticism stuff? You can have cool power armor.
You can fly on my ship if you need to.
Just
I
dragon
have a
rider.
separate. I have an extra room or an extra. What do you call it? I can take a passenger. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And we don't have to worry about getting shot because we
That's
have
how I did.
plus
I
2
looked. I was
armor.
like, okay, they take a passenger. I'm not gonna bother with flying one of these things. I don't want to crash on my first mission.
Gramps can hang out with me.
Yeah, you can
You can't-
definitely.
You're counting on my driving skill.
These are the grenades.
Yeah, I see it.
Grenades. Yeah, so that's one of the things you get to. Everybody gets 3 grenades as
Mhm.
standard equipment.
Yep.
So you can pick the ones you want.
Frag HE plasma. Because I got all the armor piercing I need in my gun.
All right.
I took armor piercing, HE, and plasma.
Cool. Tim, what would you like? So armor piercing has a small burst, but does armor piercing damage and does D8. Frag does 3d6, but it has a large burst. High explosive is 3d8 and does medium burst.
Dice for size.
What?
The dice.
Smaller dice for
plasma
bigger size.
template, Yeah.
Basically. Yeah, basically you get 1 die or feature per size. Plasma does 3d10 in a small and has no armor piercing. Plasma works such that basically if somebody isn't in full environmental armor, they acknowledge their armor.
Ooh, that's cool.
You get, I think, the toughness, but it's basically full. It's like if you don't have a helmet on and you get hit with a plasma grenade, your face burns off.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that works. Also, it has a 1 in 6 chance of setting people on fire.
Ooh. That's gruesome.
So you are going to the requisitions area where you can requisition your gear from.
Johnny Requisitions guy.
Oh yeah, my power armor has also 6 grenades.
Yes.
Until you use them and then they're gone.
Yeah, I'll double up on all those.
You could also, I guess, have a grenade launcher for that, just like a regular grenade launcher.
Yeah, I can have a sidearm.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll do that.
All right, so you go to the requisitions area. There's Major John Davies, who is in charge of requisitions. Handing out requisitions.
I give him my requisition form and run off with my stuff before he can stop me.
He shakes his head at you, gives you a pile of stuff. He's already had it ready for you. He knew you were coming. Gives you your stuff.
I probably, as soon as I realized I was told it was a thing that was going to possibly happen, I went and got a form and filled it out and put it under my pillow.
You've had this filled up for 30
And had-
years.
Had delightful dreams about a dosimeter, and now I know what it is. Even better.
All right. I need to write down your character. Max.
Yep.
Here's your standard equipment.
Okay.
What grenades would you like?
I'll take a frag, HE, and a plasma.
All right. So you get your fragment grenade, your HE grenade, your plasma grenade. You get your standard rifle, laser pistol, your light armor, and your kit with stuff. Would you also like a trauma kit?
Yes.
Here you go. Yeah, it's just standard gear. It's in the
Yeah.
wrist book. Lanston?
The power armor,
Yep, you'll grab that in the hangar.
pistol,
Use your pistol.
armor, like the light armor.
Use your flight suit armor.
Yes. I think that's all I really need. And my grenades. I'm sure that comes on the robot.
Yes, the robot armor has the gear.
I don't think I need anything else.
All right.
Where does it say my armor? Combat.
Yep.
Okay, so do I already have all this, or I have to get it now?
I'm getting it now.
Okay, I want all the
All right.
AP frag and plasma grenade. How do I know that this fire breather laser one shoots? grenades?
That's what it's. Oh, it didn't print that part. So it does.
Oh.
It shoots grenades. The range.
Grenade launcher me, please.
Yeah.
Well, it has the range 30, 60, 120.
Just has different range for.
Grenades. It's a little less,
Oh, okay.
but it's more than throwing.
Yes. If you
Can
want
you
to fire
make sure
them,
before you die, Laura, to say we should have brought a bigger boat or something? That's your like final word.
Yeah.
Oh,
Words.
that's perfect.
Bring your boat.
And a vibro knife, please.
Gonna need a
Oh
bigger
yeah,
boat.
everybody also gets a knife. Standard stabbing knife.
Standard stabbing knife.
Don't accidentally stab yourself.
Hopefully my power armor doesn't blow up because I only have a pistol. I feel like I can't stick a rifle inside.
You can
Somewhere.
have a pistol and you can have a knife too, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Better head off to the hangar.
Where my righteous indignation is waiting for me.
All right. So when you get to the hangar, you see Chief Warrant Officer Ella McNellis kind of running around frantically with her crew, getting the jousters and talons ready to go. There'll be a few minutes, guys. Just sit tight. We're getting everything ready.
Can I just take mine? Mine's ready to go.
So you can go off and grab yours.
I'll see you later.
In the while things are getting ready, we're going to do an interlude.
Ooh.
So the way that works is everybody roll a d20.
I didn't pull it at 220.
I got 20.
I got 8.
I got 17.
Tim wins.
You can win an interlude? Is that all that was?
Well, we're just deciding.
Tim wins the
It's like
interlude.
lottery tickets or something.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
you guys also get 3 bennies, by the way.
I get
So
4.
You get only 1 extra?
1 extra per session.
So,
I forget how bennies work.
so the way bennies work.
Thank you. The rerolls, sort of.
Yeah, so you can use bennies to. Somebody look up how it works. I'm looking up.
I can use bennies for vehicles sake.
Like boats.
Maybe that.
Boat Benny.
Benny Boat.
What's the name of your boat, Laura?
Benny.
It is.
Is it Benny?
Benny the Boat.
Bennies. Every now and then, dice may not work for you.
Once in a while, very rarely.
Tim's gonna use it now, so he doesn't have to do.
Every session you get 3 bennies.
It's not bad, guys.
Game Master can also give you more bennies for great role playing, overcoming major obstacles, or entertaining everyone with an outlandish action.
If anybody feels they did something that deserves a Benny, because I'm not necessarily going to remember to give them out, feel free to say that or
Also-
say you should get a Benny. You can give each other Bennies.
Side splitting comments.
That's what I'm going to do. Everybody gets one Benny that they have to. If you can't use it yourself, you can give it to somebody else. If you think it's particularly good, or somebody says something funny or whatever.
You can use bennies to reroll any trait test. Make the entire roll from scratch. If you're firing 3 shots on full auto and you don't like results, pick up all 3 dice and your wild dice and roll again. You can keep spending bennies, reroll as long as you like. Make the best of your attempts. If you roll a 5, for example, and the benny gets you a 4, keep the 5. Bennies cannot be spent on tables, damage, unless the character has no mercy edge.
So we are playing with the the settings rule that maybe everybody has no mercy, so you can use it to reroll dice.
Cool. You can also be used for soak rolls. See careful. See damage. Game Master gets bennies too.
I give my Benny to Alex for the bigger boat joke.
What do I get?
You get to repaint somebody.
Reroll things.
All right. So interludes. The way the interlude works is Tim gets diamonds. So Tim can maybe just tell us a little bit about something that your hero wants or already has. It might be a material possession, recognition, a political goal, or even a trip they wish to take to an amazing destination. So it's basically just a little in-group role-playing thing.
Well, one thing that my character Max would like to do is find out what's going on with Atawapiskat and find out what happened to it, because that's where I grew up. I may I assume not have any family there now. It's been 300 years, but find out what's happened.
Tell us about your family.
I didn't write any advice. Down on my character sheet.
Make it up.
Fake it. Did you have a wife?
No,
Did you have
I
a
was
son?
very young.
Well, I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, we would be very young if we.
He was in the Rangers before the Rift.
Junior
happened.
Rangers is like teenagers.
You can have a wife. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I grew up with the usual family.
I guess I'd have to be 40. My character has to be 48.
Or higher.
Pre-Golden Age humans live for a long time. So 48 doesn't mean like
Yeah.
Oh, right.
it's still you're still in your prime until you're like 60%.
Okay. That's cool.
Does anybody have any other questions they want to ask Tim, or anything they want to add about their own, where they want to go, kind of how they feel about visiting Earth for the first time in 30 years?
Well, what was it like there? Is there anything we should know going in?
It's not a very happy place right now. I don't. Hopefully, it gets
Maybe
a
it
lot
is.
better in
Maybe there's
Golden Age.
kittens and rainbows and stuff.
Maybe it's like
Yeah.
the Japanese cat island.
Ah, or the one with all the bunnies. I'll just stay here. Tell everyone I'm fine.
All right, your jet bikes are ready. You get a Benny for doing an interlude. Off you go. You're getting what, two jet bikes, and Tim's riding, or
Max.
Max. Who are you riding with, Max?
Torque.
Okay, on the magic jet bike.
You trust me.
Someone should watch over him.
The 2-person jet bikes?
Yeah, they can take it fast.
Okay.
It's
So
not
does that
like
mean that I can go
super.
further because I don't have someone to like.
No.
No, mine's magical.
He can fly his indefinitely until he
Yeah.
falls asleep.
Well, yeah, you both have PowerPoint, so you can like swap off charging it if you need to.
Ooh. Hey, Make yourself useful.
I have fairly unlimited PowerPoints.
Oh,
Plug-
you have
plug yourself
PowerPoint.
in. Plug yourself
I
into
have
the battery,
extreme
please.
charge.
There
I
you
got to
go.
move PowerPoint every 5 minutes.
Jeez.
You're basically my R2 unit.
Yeah.
Hang
And
on back there.
I can detect Arcana as a free action. That doesn't cost anything. So I just can like scan anything strange
There's
going
a
on.
whole big pile of Arcana over there.
I have
3 of
I
them.
also have
On the
IR
ground.
and night vision.
Yes. The helmets you're all wearing also have night vision.
Yes, but I don't need that. Me just on my own. I have magnifying IR
Your
flare
gun
eyes.
also has that.
I don't think all these stack,
None
which
of
is
them stack
unfortunate.
at all. But everybody
Super night vision.
can offset 2 points of darkness penalties with their helmet. Ow.
You just poked yourself in the eye.
With their helmet or their gun. That's why.
I probably put the goggles that came with the helmet down here. My cool goggles on top. Where
I
I
think
need
my
it.
normal eyes are better than that.
Well, it's fine. It's just a visor.
Yes.
I would not get rid of them though, because I don't get rid of anything.
Look 'em up.
Okay. Well, you want to make sure you're still protected and environmentally sealed in case somebody
Yes.
throws a plasma
You can
grenade
just have
at
it's
you.
glass.
All right. I'm just saying. Don't plasma grenade yourself. All right. So you get your 2 jet bikes and power armor, and yeah, off you go.
Off we go for shoe.
So you are the 3rd squad to leave. Delta and Charlie have already left. So you fly off the short distance across the ocean towards Atawapasca. It's part of the
The
ocean.
water.
No, it's not.
It's water. It's salt water. It's the ocean. That's how it works. Yeah. So as you are kind of flying towards the
Short.
yes, to the shore. Thank you.
The land part of the water.
Yes. Max and Torque kind of notice some. They feel like there's a lot of magical energy in the area, and
Feel that?
Do we feel it or we see it? Like,
you see it because you're detecting Arcana all the time.
Uh-huh.
And for both of you can kind of feel it though, because you're flying over some magic stuff.
Feel some magic stuff somewhere nearby. Let's get off the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like lines
Yeah,
of
let's go down and
magic
check it out.
energy that seem to intersect just offshore at Atawapasca. Everybody can make a notice check.
Forget how.
So roll your notice die and
Oh,
add,
I don't know.
look at your notice skill.
I don't know if I have that skill.
You actually might not. I forgot to give you notice. You have noting though.
I got one.
You can roll a d4 minus 2, but everybody gets a plus 2 for this check.
Okay, but I rolled a 20 on a d20.
7.
So,
so you always roll a d6 as well as the.
oh yeah, you
Right.
also
Oh,
get
right.
a d6 as a wild die because you're all wild.
Well, if I roll a 6, that'll be
You're all wild die,
that's
so
good.
every time you roll a die, you also roll a d6 and
wild
take the
card.
highest. Your wild card, yeah.
Why are we wild card?
Because we're PCs,
Yeah.
basically.
So that means you also can take 3 wounds before you die. Normal people, as soon as they take a wound, they dead.
What's that say? Oh, that's terrible.
What
So
did
I
you
got-
say I had? Is
I
it
got 8.
d4 minus 2.
I got 7.
Yeah.
3.
Wait, do we take the higher number or add them?
You take the highest.
Take the highest.
Also, if you
Highest
ever
plus 2,
roll the
right?
highest value on
Oh,
a
plus
die,
2.
it explodes and you get to roll it again.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
It
I
explodes.
got a
So-
6 on my wild die.
Yeah,
11.
so
11.
He sees all the arcana.
so 10.
Okay, so
I'm oblivious.
you two, everybody who got over 4 notices that there's some.
Okay,
Oh no, I got 13 because I have a plus 2 notice that I
yeah,
didn't
so do
write
I.
down.
So I got 12.
Okay, so you notice that you're picking up heat
Too many.
signatures from the village. The people that got a raise, which means you got 4 over.
More, yeah, so 8 or above.
Yeah, 8 or above. Can tell that there are. There are 6 human-sized heat sources. That's it. As you approach, as you get a little closer, you can kind of see that there is a town. It's not like in great shape, but it doesn't look like it's, shabby ruins. It does look kind of shabby.
I zoom in with my robot eyes.
All right.
Zoom in and enhance.
Yes.
So
What's the actual magnification I have? If I remember, it's a lot. $50 times.
Bad. You see several people's skin cells.
Yeah.
I got 50 times for distance and 20 times macro for up close.
Wow.
Do you need me to see some bacteria too?
20 times macro is not bad. It's good. It's not. So it looks like there's some people down there.
I can also record images and video in my body. My cameras. These are great.
Where does your USB plug in?
I have a computer in me too.
Oh, that's right. So you are RoboCop.
Yeah, computer interface jack for direct linking to other systems.
I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake. Now it's time to erase that mistake. No? RoboCop, you suck. Oh, I keep forgetting how old you all
does it?
aren't.
I've seen
Yeah.
RoboCop.
I've shown you this one. I don't
That was
know if you
the whole thing at the
You're
end.
using
They
math
repeat
so
that line over and over.
I didn't use them. I think you
I was
used
reading.
this one before.
Did I?
Maybe
Oh,
not.
Fine.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Does this map look familiar to you, Reed?
No.
See? That's okay. I don't think I used this one. I almost used Bivey.
The wipe is the church.
No, that's the fan pointed upward.
It's cooling.
Cooling town. Cooling pros. Don't burp on me.
Maybe it's Thunderdome.
I still haven't noticed anything. I'm watching the more
So-
left. Yeah.
We see six people's heat signatures in here, or 6 human-sized, I guess.
Yes.
Are they?
All right,
Do we notice that they're supernatural, or magical at all?
or invisible.
So you can see one of them seems to be
Quite invisible.
quite supernatural, and another has some magic.
But what does Daryl look like to Tim? Does he look supernatural?
What exactly can you detect, Tim? Tell us about your magic detecting skill.
Okay.
Apparently, my robot also has the same eyes as I do, so it doesn't matter.
Remember we had that discussion.
Yes.
Let's see.
Just jack yourself into your robot, and he can record stuff too.
I don't know if it does that, but still. I'm basically the same.
Outside and inside.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. That's where they are.
They're all
They're
there,
all together.
outside the fan.
Number 12.
Oh yeah, they had numbers on.
Looking for Detect Arcana.
Optics.
Just
Yeah.
seeing what my. Yeah, it's just detect arcana.
That'll be in your powers then. Detect Arcana allows a character to sense supernatural persons, objects, or effects within sight. This includes invisible foes, enchantments on people or items, mad science devices, and so on.
Like it was this mad science device.
Well,
This thing's crazy!
Real angry guys. So it just lets you detect arcane things.
there's some Arcana down here. Yeah, basically, if there's effects on things, or if there's like magic objects or magic people,
Does it say magic people?
supernatural objects, persons, or effects.
And then I have the mega power one of that, which I actually spend some power to do, and it's detailed analysis of any supernatural things. So like weaknesses, like any special
Ooh.
things about them that I should know. Like
Do you want to do that?
yes, I would.
Okay.
That for me is called Grandmother Fox Gossips.
Ooh.
So
yes.
you see.
What does she say?
Well, we're about to hear.
Let me go in here. Okay, so you see a bunch of people, 1, 2, 3, 4 people that don't have any kind of magic at all. You see somebody that has kind of a bit of a magic aura to them. What do you get to know about them? What does it say? Just like
Said weaknesses.
So it's exalted detect arcana. So greatly enhances expanded analytical effects. This is with a successful arcane skill check on a particular magical effect or supernatural entity. You can learn the following: what kind of magic is at work, currently active powers, general type of supernatural creature, any enchantments present on an item, how much PPE or ISP a target possesses, other information the GM thinks
Just
appropriate.
hand over the character sheet.
So when used on a supernatural creature, a raise on the arcane skill check reveals any general susceptibilities, including weaknesses and ways to bypass invulnerability. Blah, blah. So this mega effect can be used by masters of magic who have detect arcana at will. They must spend 2 power points to use it.
okay. So do you want to be doing that while you're jet biking towards it, or do you guys want to like land and take a closer look, or a farther look, or you'll take an action?
Yeah, I think.
Too, so.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do it initially to see what we can figure out from here.
Okay, so from here, what you can see, because the exalted one, you have to pick a target or whatever. So the general, just your general vision, that's that you can see kind of one person that has just a bit of magic and another creature that's very magical.
Creature,
Okay.
not human.
I said person, didn't I?
You said person the first time and then creature the second time.
Well,
Dun, dun, dun.
person.
Okay.
So yeah, then I'll use that to actually get the detailed analysis.
Okay, roll your die.
On the creature, I assume.
Yeah, on the most magical thing.
The most magical.
So
It's Siegfried and Roy.
so then it's ooh, that is not work very well. Can I add stuff to any of that? I don't think so. So I got a 3.
That's not. That's not enough.
Yeah.
You can tell that the most magical creature is not in its natural shape, but that's all.
Okay. So I'm gonna relay all this to Torque. I don't know.
That's really interesting.
You all have short range radios. Not sure like this thing.
Okay. So yeah, then I'll
You don't
say
have to yell over the jet biking at each other.
he probably does anyway.
So what?
Okay. So
I think we need to make a good plan before we go in.
A good plan. I think we should make a hasty, terrible plan. We should pick where we will land, I think. Like, if we want to land here and be like, hey, we're obvious. Or like here and maybe less obvious. Or like here.
I feel like at the edge of town down the road so they can see us, but we still have time.
Like up here, down there. What do you think?
Yeah,
We want some cover. We should come. I'm not a military
but we need to
person.
go south again, so probably the bottom in
Yeah.
case they immediately start shooting at us.
With say,
Should we get off the bikes and store them somewhere?
well, that would be the
Walk up?
nice thing to do. In case they're friendly.
And I would suggest maybe storing them at like the farm. So it's across the river. They're not going to just fly right over to them, jump right over to them.
Well, I think we should just land on the bottom and then see how they react.
That's probably fine.
He is the captain, so
Yeah, make it. Just tell us what to do.
We're landing!
But there's nowhere to hide the bikes there.
That's fine. They're going to see them coming in anyway.
Yeah.
But we don't
You
want them
could-
to steal
They
our
also
bikes.
probably don't know how to fly them.
We also have a
You could try and come in stealthily, like.
Captain Gertrude is
That's
not.
not gonna happen.
Well, like they're behind a building from where you are,
So they don't know where-
have a line of sight. You can see them because of like the heat signatures and things are up in the air, but like you're also far away.
They don't hear Max screaming like a little girl on the back of the bike.
You could conceivably try and come in low and quietly if you wanted to land and get off the bikes.
That's my vote.
Alright, we want to get off? Sure. Doesn't
Sure.
matter. Doesn't matter to me.
You're not gonna get